Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the YouTube account, and even though the event rolled out, it was very, very rough. They have made a lot of adjustments and a lot of changes when it comes to the event, to the point I actually do enjoy the Mystic Star Zone. That is what we're going to be looking at today. Enrollment ends in 2 days. You want to make sure that you're hopping in here. And remember, the enrollment ends now in 2 days and 22 hours. I believe this before was like 7 days. So again, they were talking about making a couple little adjustments in here, some of the changes to the Star Zone. Overall, when you look at the rewards, this is the big thing. So we're at the point where unfortunately we have never seen the hero choice chest. As of now, we have never seen this, not one single time. I am thinking this is going to be the season. This is going to be the time that I am going to see this Mystic Choice chest. But the one that we're really looking for is this one, because of course, this is the Fragment Choice chest. Now, for a majority of players, they have either completed a hero in their entirety, which I did. We actually got an awakened version of Belinda, or they're looking to complete their first hero in here, which again, usually within the 3 iterations or the 3 runs within the Mystic Star Zone, you can build a hero in their entirety. So essentially, they are giving us a free hero. Now, in addition, we have all of our time emblems in here. We have our Stargazer scrolls, and this also yields arcane staffs. Now, this is something we had a conversation with about on the live stream a little bit earlier, that there's not really a place to get a good income when it comes to those staffs, which means going in here and building these out as fast as possible, making sure that you're maximizing all of the chests in here are going to be very, very important. When it comes to progression, you want to be pushing it all of the time. Now, in addition, guys, we have the Magician's hat that is up. In here, honestly, a lot of players either got 1 copy of Demia, because as a free-to-play player, that's all you can. But looking at red chests and looking at elemental cores, they are the really 2 things that people are looking at to invest in. And then, of course, every single pull we get in here, we're getting a multitude of loot. Circus Tour, making sure you're going in here and you're getting all of your tricks out of here. Then, of course, the Treasure Scramble. A lot of players were kind of wondering where we were within the Treasure Scramble. We're ranked 88 right now, so I go kind of up and down as we're kind of building this. We try to push the envelope, staying at least the 100, saying rank 100 or lower, which we've been doing exceptionally well. Temple Rift at this point is all done. Now, Isle of Gold. This is another one that I got a lot of questions about. So looking at the Isle of Gold, a lot of players were saying, should I build out other islands? How should I do this? Why am I leaving so many spots blank within here? The big thing is with this build specifically that we covered with the Isle of Gold guide, this gave us the ability to build out these buildings, and you're not building out essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 gaps based on this build. And again, that is by, or honestly by design for how we built this out, because essentially with the gaps that we do see in here, we have the ability to build out and focus on the resources and also the towers themselves. And really what we want to focus on is this building right here, which is of course the Fountain of Blessing. Now, overall, I haven't used any of my pillage attempts. And again, this is kind of by design. I'm not a huge fan of how the pillage works in here, but overall, when it comes to pillaging, I wait till some players got some resources built up. Now, again, I'm not farming a lot of it in here with the pillaging, but overall, this game mode, we are building up and getting a lot of resources. Even looking at the generation right now, we're at 2,400, 67, 2,500, and 29K of our Labyrinth tokens. So we have pulled almost 30,000 Labyrinth tokens out of here. Now, of course, with the event that's going on, the Anniversary Bash, we're getting a pretty good buff out of there as well, which I definitely like. Like I said, with Temple Rift, that you can farm. And of course, there's 17 more days left. So we're getting towards the end. Make sure you're pushing all the way to essentially floor 300 at this point, because that's where you want to be. Glorious Celebration is here. Now, of course, we know, and we talked about a lot, the draconic deceptions that are coming, or the depictions, that is coming up pretty soon. Still have a lot of question marks around a lot of content that we have in there, but we know it's coming, and we know they're saying a lot of rewards are coming around the events, and a lot of rewards are really continuing to be seen within AFK Arena and AFK Journey. Both. We're seeing a lot of progression. We're seeing new heroes. And I think with the game mode they're honestly rolling out in here, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how dynamic it is and how they really build it. Because again, if you didn't catch the live stream earlier, rumor is that they are doing an awakened version, or essentially a dragon version of Gwen. So we're not going to see her awakened because we've already had the awakened version of Lucius, or essentially we might see the awakened version of Gwen. But ultimately, I know Trisha was kind of asking today, if they're doing 1 or 2 collaborations, we have 3 awakened heroes, they're rolling out a new faction, how are they going to cram it in within the next couple months? They always seem to systematically get it done. And that's kind of what we've seen in the past, is they have a really, really strict timeline that they do follow. Systematically, they usually go through here and do it incredibly well, and kind of go through here, which this is kind of weird that we're #1 in the arena. For a long time, we haven't been #1. I guess there's some other players that might have not been playing in here. We've been kind of stuck at #2, but that's okay. We'll sit where we're at right now. Of course, going through the dailies, going through here, we want to make sure we're hitting up the Magician's Hat and we're getting all of the builds that we got. Now, again, another conversation that we did have was around the Ghoulish Gallery. Now, this, of course, has been updated a couple times, but when you look at the ability to actually get these, so getting these legendary or these legendary right down here totems, the ability to get the arcane staffs are limited to what you're willing to put in when it comes to diamonds. This is the only place that you can actually systematically get them all the time, is buying them for diamonds, which of course comes at a very, very big cost if you're buying them out on a regular basis, because essentially, if you're not getting them out of here, there's a super ultra limited amount of events essentially that are going to have them in there. So again, if you're not pulling them out of here just even on a regular basis, picking one of these out every single day, chances are you're at the point similar to me where I don't have the ability to actually build anyone within the collections because I don't have any mythic totems, or I don't have any legendary totems, and I don't have an ability to get legendary totems because I haven't been buying out the item because we've been building out Kelthon. So again, it's a really tough change. Now, one thing that we're thinking, and we're hoping, again, Lilith is listening, cross our fingers here, that within the Field of Stars, they're going to give us the ability to get arcane staffs, and we're going to also have the ability to get epic chests out of AFK rewards more than we do. So it can exponentially just kind of catapult us into all of the heroes that we build. Because remember, we're still on the rotation where we're getting new heroes to AFK Arena every single 2 weeks, which means, again, we have a lot of heroes that are coming down the pipeline, meaning that we have to push progression. We always kind of have to be on point with the progression we're making in this game. If you start falling behind, chances are you're going to find it incredibly difficult or near impossible to catch up. I know a lot of players that got back into AFK Arena, took a break for a year, took a break for 2 years. There's another 5,000 diamonds, and I'm wondering, fingers crossed, guys, if we can get that copy of Kelthon. We've been very limited to what we're putting in here financially. So even looking here at our merchant ship and looking at our Noble Society, so we are buying out the regular monthly cards that we do get. We have another 9 days on both of these. Noble Society, I am picking up the Champions of Espria, as you can see. Twisted Bounties, we are not picking this one up anymore. Again, just kind of splitting our budget between AFK Journey and here. We're pretty limited to what we're picking up out of here. So I'm hoping the events can continue to essentially carry us for a majority of this. And like I was saying, the Temple Rift, it's already done at this point. Not really much to do because we're already at 4,300, meaning that we can go ahead and open this. And again, 945 chests. So a lot of players were wondering how I got that many chests, guys. It is the accumulation of every day. Getting them from AFK rewards, getting them from events, pulling them out of here, even getting another 2 chests right there, or 4 chests out of there, 5 chests. So we're getting 5 chests on a daily just from the card that we have. Then, of course, we're looking to build out some more essence. Because we have more than enough shards, we actually have another level to build right there in the Elder Tree. We've been picking up some of our furniture scrolls as well. So I feel like overall, we're doing pretty solid in here. 188, 205 is the cap that we're currently sitting at. But let's see, guys, fingers crossed. Is it going to be the copy of Kelthon that we've been waiting for an incredible amount of time? It's been a very, very slow grind trying to get the hero, which there's an elite, which we get. Pricea, that's a very good copy. We're still building her out. Maybe, guys, maybe today's the day. Boom, we do not see a copy. Let's go ahead and burn some of these. We'll do another 4. All right, we got some essence right there. And we got to be getting close. We have to be getting close. Could it be this last one? It is not. It is more resources. That's okay. Because again, we're just continuing to just dump diamonds in here. I know, and I really don't advise a majority of players to build out Kelthin. There's not a big driving force that we're seeing right now. That could always change based on the release that we see essentially of newer Heroes 2 AFK Arena. That could always change. Now, of course, looking at the shop, I want to run through the shop real quick before we're done, because there's a few different things that we're kind of getting to the point of Dream Store. Now, we have been buying out Frampton on a regular basis. This iteration will be able to buy out our time emblems and our Stargazer scrolls. So all three of these we can get out. And then, of course, I believe we can also get the red chests in here, which I've been picking up, giving us a big advantage. Now, Guild Store, I believe we have, what, 2 days till Eugene is up, which means we already built him out to Ascended +1 star, meaning that we're going to continue farming him out of here as well as those time emblems and literally just buying this out every single time we can. Barracks, we have 200,000 or 200,800. So this actually went over the 200K cap, which was kind of interesting. So we are 800 over the cap. You can see 3 more days. Once this refreshes, I'm going to buy everything out of here. And then, of course, we're probably going to have to refresh this one again because of the month that we're in. Now, Labyrinth Store, again, we've been getting a lot of these Labyrinth tokens out of the Isle of Gold. But out of here, I've been buying all of these Emblems of Space out. If you see in their entirety with 3 days left, I bought, what, 5,200 Emblems of Space out of here. I believe we're sitting on roughly 400 right now, because when we have our next crossover with our heroes, I believe they're going to do a crossover with 2 heroes joining AFK Arena, just like we've seen with Joker and Queen, Ainz and Albedo when we've seen Geralt and Yennefer. I believe they're going to do 2 heroes as a crossover, meaning if I'm sitting on a ton of emblems, I'm going to have the ability to build them up when they're released, getting them out of there. And then, of course, in here, we need 3 more copies of Mortis, and Mortis is done, which means I can focus in laser-like, getting the red chest out of here and continuing to just stockpile. So the other question we had was Eugene. Should we build Eugene up to a 40 signature item? As of right now, I would wait. I thought there would be a lot of different places that we started seeing Eugene. Finally, since we got him built, since we got furniture, we got engraving, we got everything on him. Unfortunately, at this point, we're not seeing Eugene in a lot of different content, which really makes a big difference. I'm not investing in him yet, which again, kind of take that with a grain of salt, because if we start seeing him used in a lot of different places, absolutely, I'm going to invest in him and we are going to get some more copies of him. But again, as of right now, we're not seeing him used in a bunch of different places. But all right, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.